Hello, this is Total War Gaming and welcome to the early game guide of Getae in Rome 2 Total War. In this guide I will show you how to get the campaign going and how to set yourself up for a really nice campaign with the Getae. Getae is a really nice faction and it's a lot of fun, but their early game can be a real struggle. So if you follow along with this guide, I will show you how you can set up for your early game and how you can make sure you will have a really nice mid game and end game. Now I will only focus on the first few turns, and I will not go into too much detail about Getae. That's something for a different video. But what I will do, and what I think is really nice, is that I will go through the first 5 turns we can go through together, and after that I will skip to turn 10 and show you what I did and what I'm going to do, and then I'll skip you to turn 15 and I'll show you what I did and what I'm going to do. This way you can just follow along nicely. I will use chapters so you can navigate the video quite easily, and you can really do this first few turns, which are really crucial for Getae, the same way I do, and then you can sort of see how you can progress from there. So I would definitely recommend. I would also recommend checking them out for yourself. Just start the campaign for yourself. You will see me do a lot of auto-resolve battles, so you might think, oh, well, he just auto-resolves, how hard can it be? Well, let me say, if you don't follow these precise steps, it can be really tough and you can find yourself in a lot of struggle. So that's something to be aware of. Now let's just quickly go over the traits of the Getae. So the Balkan tribes, they are one of the Balkan tribes, and they have the Promise of Loot, which gives you minus 50% mercenary recruitment cost, and the Rapid Campaign, which gives you plus 50% mercenary upkeep cost. I really like these traits. You can easily and cheaply buy mercenaries and then just disband them after a fight. Now their own traits is that they get public order if they have the Balkan culture present, and they get a plus 20% melee attack during battles in own or allied territories. These traits are quite nice, nothing too special, but they're okay, I would say. So with that being said, let's dive straight in. Okay, so this is the start of the Getae, so let's just quickly go over the start and why it is such a difficult start. Well, the main thing is you start out with a minor settlement, which really limits your buildings in the early game. You can only build one building. And on top of that, if you go to the diplomacy screen, you can see that you are surrounded by all kind of factions which are not at war with anyone, and they are very war hungry, so they would like to search you out as a player and just to go to war with you. Now, if you don't pay attention to this, you can quickly find yourself in a scenario where you're just surrounded by all enemies, and then they will just go over and attack you. This can be really difficult, especially if you take into account that even though they have pretty crappy stacks, you have the crappiest of them all. Your armies are really weak in the early game, the spears are really bad units, and you don't really have access to a lot more. You do have 2 bow horsemen, which are good, but that's about it. So you can really struggle if you go to war with all of them. So that's something you should take into account. I forget to say it, but if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you like the video and subscribe, and maybe comment on what you think of Getae, of this video, or of Rome 2. It will really help me out with the algorithm, and you can see I'm quite a small channel as of yet, so it would really be nice. It would really mean a lot to me if you did one of those things. So with that being said, let's just start the turn, how I would approach this start. So in turn 1, the first thing I would do is go to the diplomacy screen and get a non-aggression pact with the Odrysian kingdom. Now they will always accept, which is nice, and which is even better is that they, I think, almost always maintain their agreement, so they will not go to war with you, and you are pretty safe from the south if you do it like this. Now we are going to move the champion over there, and what we are actually going to do is we are going to force march both of our armies across over here. And what we want to do is we want to Well, let's just deploy him over here just to get a turn of experience. And what we want to do is we want to move and take this settlement turn 2. If you know my videos, if you see my playthroughs, I really like to play really aggressive on the start. And that's what I think you should do with Getae as well. And the idea basically is we go over here, take this, then go to the capital and take this, and in 5 turns we will have secured our province, and in doing so we set ourselves up for a good mid game. But due to the aggressive nature of this start, we really need to slow things down once we get the capital, or once we get the full province. So that's something you should take into account. I think the start is really aggressive for the first 5 turns, and then it really slows down. And after that, you can progress further. Now, for the technologies, what I would recommend is going for the woodworker. A little bit the same of the Suebi. If you haven't checked it out, I would definitely recommend it. But it's it's sort of the same building. We get our archers right from the get-go, and we get ballistas, which is really nice. And after that, we are actually going for this this technology. And you can see in the bottom left corner, that this replaces all of our bad units. So the spear units, which we have right now, are really weak, but they get actually replaced by heavy spears, and those are really good. So I would definitely recommend with the Getae just to beeline for this technology. And once you have this, I think then it's the time to really expand your empire. But up until this time, I would suggest taking things a little bit slow. So that's it. For buildings, I'm actually not going to buy a building because we need the money later on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit a spy. And next turn we are going to starve the capital, such that when we attack it, we sort of guarantee ourselves to capture this capital. So that's the first start. It's not much, but let's move on. So like I said, we are going to move our spy over here. And we are going to steal some food. Now, with these guys, I'm going to go to war. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go to the faction which they are at war with. And I'm going to ask if they want a non-aggression pact for us to go to war with them. Now, they don't like this, which is okay. Sometimes they do accept it, which is nice, but otherwise just do it this way. And now we can try it again, and good. So they accept it. Now I would say if they don't accept it, you should leave it, because they are really not reliable. Even though they say they are reliable, they will most likely declare war on us and betray the treaty. But there is still a small chance that they will actually hold up the treaty, which would be nice for us because it's delaying their invasion of us. Which we really need. We really need to delay as much as possible to make sure we can set up ourselves. Now, like I said, let's just take this settlement. So we're going to move in both armies. And now if we go to this screen, you can see that we are still losing. Now you might be, if you're experienced, you can fight this battle yourself. You do have a lot of missile priority, so you can really make use of that. But if you're not that experienced, what I would do is I would always buy the Dacian Spear and the Bowman. These 2 units are always available. And sometimes you have other units as well. For example, we have the Foxman right now. But it could also be that only the Bowman and the Dacian Spear are available. And I will just buy these 2 just to make your fight easier. I'm going to auto-resolve it because with those 2 we can actually auto-resolve it. But that's something you should note. And all the other mercenaries are going to be spent on the capital once we reach that part. So right now you can still see it's not in our favor, but if we do the protective stance over here, we can actually take the settlement. So let's just occupy it. And for the building, I'm going to buy the craftsman's house because, like I said, we really want to go for the woodworker to get ourselves some bowmen, which are actually okay. Now, we have fought with them, so let's just disband them. And what I would also recommend is shifting all of the units over to the main army. And then we go to the border. Such that we can next turn we can go over here, and then the turn after we can actually attack. Now, as you can see, they are at -3 food, so they will starve and take attrition, which is really good. And the thing which is left to do is upgrade our general. Now, I like to go with the strategist tree because early game it's the best tree to go for. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy 2 Falksmen because they do have some really nice flanking potential, even though they are still not the best unit. And then I'm going to go for 2 Spears. So with this done, I think the turn is done. We could even look for a non-aggression pact, but usually they don't really want to do it. And I mean, that's okay, right? So these guys we have a non-aggression pact with. And they don't want any other treaty. Like I said, they most likely are going to betray us, but it's hopefully they will postpone their war with us. And otherwise, it's still not a problem, but it would be it would be better for us to for them to wait to go on us. So this is the turn, and let's end it. Now, these friends of ours, they want a non-aggression pact, but obviously we are going to decline it because we are going to betray them. And we will take a big penalty on our reliability rating, but I still think it's the best way to go, since that will complete the province. So we are actually going to reject it. So now let's move ourselves over here. And we're going to move the king to the border such that we can resupply him next turn, or reinforce him, I should say, not supply. And let's get ourselves some spears. So you can see their stack will be pretty crappy, just like ours. Two of the crappiest stacks against each other. But what is really nice is that they will take attrition. And that way we are sort of securing ourselves the victory over there. And we are obviously going to hire some mercenaries as well. Now you can see we only have 1 mercenary available. And due to this, I'm actually going to hire another army. And this is just to make sure, because sometimes they recruit mercenaries of their own in their armies. And this is just to make sure, if that happens, that we can still out-resolve the fight. Now, normally, if you are a little bit more experienced, I really wouldn't bother recruiting him. You can see it only costs 200, so yeah, it's a safe play, basically, to make. And it won't cost us too much. But yeah, since I want to out-resolve every battle, I'm going to recruit him. And maybe I'm just disbanding him next turn, but this way I sort of secured myself the victory on the capital. And that's it. I don't think we need to do anything else. Like, we can try to get treaties with the other neighbors, but really they really don't like us. So it's probably not going to happen. So let's end the turn and see what they are going to do. Okay, so now we are going to actually fight them. We're not going to fight them with this general, but we're going to replace her and get ourselves a freshly new general. This will get ourselves just a full fresh unit. And now we are actually going to declare war. And let's siege it. And now we are bringing in our king. So as you can see, we are still losing the fight, which is to be expected. But we actually can win it. I don't think, maybe we got a little bit lucky with the first fight in terms of casualties, but normally you wouldn't win it. But what we always can do is just hire some mercenaries. So I'm actually going to hire these two. Usually they are around, and usually you need both to win this fight. Since we don't need it right now, it's not really necessary, but if you follow along with this video, you will definitely, or most likely, end up buying them. So for that reason, I'm buying them myself. And now you can see we are winning, and we can just do this. And now we have the capital, and we fully secured our own province. In this case, you can see we didn't even need the extra general, but it's always better to be secure of that. Now I'm also going to go for the strategist. And now I'm actually going to disband both units because we don't really need them anymore. And I'm going to move my general, or my main army, inside this in the capital. It's also for a little bit of defense because he will attack us the next turn, and maybe he or she, in this case, is going to buy some mercenaries. So it's always good to make sure you don't lose it like that right away. Yeah, and with the scout, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going over to this region, and I'm going to steal food from them now. And the reason is if we can steal food from them, they will starve. As you can see, they don't. Okay, usually they don't have a farm over here, which is really interesting, to be honest. Now, I think we steal... I'm not sure. I think we steal 3 food right now, so we get at 0. Yeah, so this is really interesting. Normally it doesn't happen. I would definitely recommend bringing your spy over here. In this case, yeah, let's get the spy over here actually. So we have vision over what happens here. But the reason is we want to starve them such that they are not a threat to us anymore. Like I said, usually they will do it, but I guess this is the one time they actually bought a farm the first turn. Normally they have a military building over there. But that's okay. And that way we sort of secured our western and southern border. Because the south really likes us, so they won't attack us. And the west is just too weak to attack us. And then we can sort of focus our army over here. And deal with the incoming armies that are invading us. So... and this is really maintainable. We can just park our army over here, maybe go into ambush mode, lure them in, and then we can counterattack. So that's something you should note. Now, I'm actually not going to buy any building right now because I want to get a woodworker. It costs quite a lot, and these buildings are not going to do us much good at the moment, and we need the money for the army. So we're just going to wait a few turns. Actually they bought this. They bought this building. Usually they don't even buy it. They just have the tier 1. But this is even better. So we got quite alright. A few small things that normally don't happen. And I think if you replay this and do the exact same terms, you will have it slightly different. Just the things I just explained. But it's all okay. It's pretty much the same for most of it. Now, yeah, turn 4 still. So right now we are just waiting, and yeah, we really aggressively expanded over here. And now we're going to take it really slow. We're going to move our army to Petrova, and we're going to deal with the rebellion, which is coming, you can see. And after that we are probably going or east or north, depending on which one decides to attack us. If we can maintain the relationship, we are going north. If they betray us, we will likely go east. So with that being said, let's end the turn. Yeah, so they attacked us. They didn't even hire a new mercenary. I don't think they could have. So we just do this. And like I said, they are most likely to betray you. Sometimes they betray you earlier. Now they do it at this time, and it's all okay. We can handle it. So we are actually going to force march to this city, and we want our army to be around here because the real threat is just here, right? They are coming for us. They are probably coming for us pretty soon. They usually don't start a war with you, but especially not in the first like 10 turns or so. But after that, they will park their armies over here at the border, and they will like to get an opportunity on you. So you should be aware of that. But like I said, since we have sort of protected our southern border and almost our western border, we can just have our army over here and deal with them. Now. Ooh. So you can see they are upgrading their farm, so we're just going to steal food anyway. It will get them to 0. Oh, so we get 4 food, which is nice. It gets them to 0, and if we are lucky, they didn't. They are not going to make the real food one, which gives you the most food, but they're just going for a cavalry stable. That would be the best case, and otherwise they won't starve. Which means we need to go a little bit earlier to defend the capital, but since it's the capital, it's really not easy to take, which benefits us. Now, the woodworker is complete, so we're going to buy it, and we're going to construct it, and now we are just beelining for this one, and once this is done, we can actually expand further. So the goal right now is probably to deal with them and the rebellion we are about to have in the capital or in the province, and after that we will likely deal with this faction or even over here. So that's a little bit of the plan. If you follow along, I think normally you would be a little bit better positioned because you can starve them, but this is just fine, and I will just show you how to deal with it. Now I am going to actually buy a general over here, and the reason being is that they don't have a garrison as of yet. So if the rebellion spawns over here, we are in a bit of trouble, which obviously we don't want. Now I'm also going to buy 5 spear warriors, and this has 2 purposes. One is to deal with the rebellion, so if it spawns over here or over here, we can just take them out. And the other one is that with these warriors we either help over here to really deal with the eastern faction, or we just going to stay around here just to make sure we are not attacked. So that's a little bit of the plan. Now I will skip to, because it is turn 5, so I will skip to turn 10. And if you follow along, like I said, you will be in the exact same position, maybe even better. And now, I will skip to turn 10, and then we'll see. We talk about what happened and how we dealt with everything. Okay, so as you can see, we are at turn 10 now. We took it really slow, so we dealt with the rebellion, which actually spawned over here, which was ideal for us, since we could just move the armies. Now, I did recruit another general, and like I said, I recruited the spears, so we could deal with the rebellion even if it spawned over here. As you can see, what I then did, I moved my armies over here, and I just went into ambush mode. Now I did this to lure their army, and you can see that it worked. So they have sent 1 army of them over here, and now we can attack them. The reason why it went really slow basically is that you can see over here they got a disease which really took heavy casualties on our units. So that's quite unfortunate. That's also why we really needed to wait. I was sort of planning to invade them regardless of luring them to us. But yeah, since we got to the seas, we just waited over here. Didn't really do anything. What I did do is upgrade this building because it gives us a lot of food, which also gives us growth and replenishment, which is really nice. And I just got the notice that slave revolt is imminent. This is really bad, to be honest. Yeah, so we need to take care of that because it will spawn a full stack. Now, I am sure that we can just park one of our armies in the settlement, and then it will be at least safe for now. But we still need to deal with it. But what I'm going to do now is we lured them to us, and now we can actually kill them. Also, the champion, I would definitely recommend going for this one because it enables night battles, which can really help you out. So let's move over here. And they are even in force march, which is really nice, so we ambush them. And I'm still going to buy a skirmisher because, yeah, we're going for the auto-resolve. And maybe buy 2 skirmishers because they are really cheap. And we really want to maintain some of our units. As you can see, we are winning decisively. Now, if you fight these battles yourself, you can really preserve units, really make use of the mercenaries to just let them die. Now they didn't even get 1 casualty. They did get, however, a lot of kills, which is nice. And now that we have dealt with them, we can just simply disband these units and move inside the city. Now, our neighbors did get the best food building in terms of food output, which really makes sure that we cannot starve them. So we always need to keep an eye on them right now. But like you see, it's fine over here. Like I said, normally they will starve and they are really not a threat. But since this is the case, we really need to take things a little bit slow over here. But it's still fine. For the technologies, we are just slowly but surely progressing, and you can see in 18 turn at maximum, we got our upgrade. And once the upgrades kick in, this campaign really becomes a lot of fun, and suddenly you can just expand everywhere you want to go. Now, I think this is the most part. So let's get this going. And let's merge 1 spear unit and actually get some of the archers, so you can see that this is finally done. Now, why not? Let's also go for the ballistas. And once this is done, we really have an okay force, I would say. The front line is really weak, so that's something you should consider. But now with this force, and with this force, we might can set them up and make sure we can deal some final blow to them. And we're going to look whether we can do it. While also maintaining the side on the west. And if they send their armies over here, we will just retreat and deal with them. And we will also make sure that they won't attack us. So, that's about it, I think. Ideally, we can just launch a counterattack right now and try to take out this settlement. So, I will end the turn right here. And I will see you in 5 turns, and I'll show you what we've done. Okay, so now we are at turn 15. You could see we got a few level ups, which is nice. This western faction didn't really make any move to us, so that's really good. As you can see, we did recruit some generals, and it's mainly to deal with the public order. And normally I would just like to rebel it and then deal with the rebellion. But since it was a slave rebellion, we got a pop-up just a few turns ago. I really need to make sure this this province doesn't rebel. Now, as you can see, we got some armies over here. What we did was we disbanded this army, and now we recruited it, so maybe it was better to just move them. But anyway, yeah, we did save up on some cash. Now this army was just sitting in our town, and well, they weren't afraid. So what they did was they sent their full stack to us. Now we couldn't really deal with their full stack with our stack because, like I said, we have the crappiest of them all. But what I did is I recruited this general, and I just hired some mercenaries. And with the mercenaries and our main army, we could deal with them. And right now, what I like to do is just take this settlement, because since we just took down their main army, so they probably don't have any armies left, and this is a really good time for us to kill them. Now let's get the champion over here. And yeah, you can see I have a lot of missile infantry, and it's mainly due to the fact we are fighting against the eastern factions, and they have a lot of horse archers, and the way to counter them is bring your own archers and ballistas. Now let's see what they have. Oh, okay. So they don't really have any armies over here, and you can see that their garrison is damaged, so maybe they got sacked or anything. I should also note that I brought the Royal Scythia into this war. So what I did was I asked them to join the war, and I even paid 500, I think, 500 gold for it. But this way, we really made sure that they are not a threat to us. And also, if we needed to expand westwards because of them dealing with us, if Royal Scythia is at war with them, they just got some more problems they need to deal with. So that's just a little bit of safety for us. Now, let's attack it, and you can see we can just win it. Yeah, so I'm going to occupy it. So now this is really nice. So we took care of them. What I want to do is I don't really want to invest anything in this town. So I probably will let it rebel, or maybe deal with the rebellions myself. Because I just want to make sure we are building up our main province, and simply wait for this technology to finish. And in that regard, I really don't care if we even lose this again. Why I took it is just to make sure we are dealing with the enemy. And now they cannot come for us, so this eastern side is a little bit more secured. And now what I would suggest is probably go to Gallic and take this settlement, so that they cannot go for you, and or go to the west and deal with them. Now it would be nice if we can get some treaties with stuff. And with people, you can see we have met a lot of people right now, and the reliability rating is getting better and better again, so that's really nice. And this is sort of how I would deal with it. Now you can also see we got a lot of money, and it was mainly due to the fighting over here. So now it's actually a really good time to upgrade your buildings. So I would definitely recommend going for the bronze workshop, and just upgrade the main buildings for some public order and some growth. And I think this is it. So you can see turn 15. In 15 turns we completed our home province. We even took another settlement, and we are really upgrading this province to be a reliable province that we can defend, but also can get wealth from, and can get good units from. And now we can just sort of pick our targets ourselves. We are not in any trouble. We don't have that many enemies. So all in all, a really good start. And if you follow along, you will have the same sort of start for your Getae campaign. And I would definitely say it is one of the more fun campaigns, mainly as well due to this mechanic that you can actually upgrade your units. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe, and also comment. That would really mean a lot to me. It would definitely help with the YouTube algorithm, which is not really in my favor at the moment. So yeah, it would be really, really nice, and I'm also really eager to know your thoughts and insights of Rome 2, but also of Getae, of course. So I hope to see you next time, and bye bye.